everybody, welcome. My name is Chef Rob. Today we're going to make churro muffins. They're really delicious, a real Mexican treat, and really perfect if you make a quesadilla night, burrito night, taco night. Make these, have these after dinner. Okay, so let me show you exactly how to make these. It'll taste just like the regular churros. I'm going to take a half cup of the granulated sugar. What's really easy about this is everything goes in one bowl. Okay, no different bowls, everything right in the one bowl. And now a quarter cup of melted butter. I usually use the unsalted butter for baking. That way you're starting with no salt in there. So let's just take the butter, mix this in, and now just mix this around really well, just until it's nice and combined, so you don't get little clumps of sugar in here. That's good. And now we're going to add a half a cup of the whole milk. Really important to use the whole milk. Sometimes if you don't use the right milk or you go to a cream or a half and half, it really does add a different consistency. So let's add in a half cup of the milk, the whole milk. Just always stir it after each ingredient that you add in here. Now what's really good about this recipe is you can make these into mini muffins or regular size muffins. So it's really nice like that. 1 teaspoon of the vanilla extract. Okay. And again, just incorporate that. You will get a little bit of lumpiness in here, but we're going to take a whisk to this at the end and it will all be nice and smooth, a nice smooth batter. You're going to add 1 cup of the all-purpose flour. Make sure you level this really well. I usually overfill it and then just take a spatula and just make it really nice and smooth. You don't have to pack it. Just going to get my whisk. Get everything off this spatula here. Just whisk that in, and then all those clumps will really kind of disappear. Again, this is really good for a taco night, burrito night, quesadillas, or just to make and have some fun with them and have some ice cream on the side of these. They go really well. Okay, I want 1 teaspoon of the baking powder. That's going to make it rise. Kind of take your finger and move it just like that. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. The salt will bring out the flavor in it. There you are. So now mix this up really well. These cook in a 375 oven. And now if you're doing the mini muffins, they will take anywhere from like 12 to 15 minutes. If you're doing the regular size muffins, like a medium size one, check them in about 18, 20, 22 minutes, okay, and then they should be done. Okay, so this is our batter. That's how easy this is. Now what I want to do is, I'm making the medium size ones, so I'm just going to spray the pan. And you only want to fill it halfway, okay, because they are going to rise. And you just want them, you know, a little bit on the smaller side. So let me just take this whisk out and add some of this batter. Again, just about halfway full. That way you get more of them out of this. And they're almost like kind of bite size. I would say, even though it says about 12 to 18 minutes, depending on the size you make them, just check them a little bit early because you don't want them to dry out. If your finger seems like it will sink in the batter, it means it's not done. If you put your finger to like the top of it or the side of the muffin and it kind of springs back, it's done. Okay, good way to tell. and depending on the pan, how many you will get out of this. So I have 6 of these medium ones, and I'm going to get a few more. Thinking I'm going to get about 9 on this. But if you do the minis and you do the really small ones, you can actually get up to about 24 of them. So we're going to put these into a 375 oven. I always say in my baking classes, always make sure you put a piece of aluminum foil on the rack above. That way they don't dry out. So I have 9. 9 is perfect for this size. Make sure all the batters are nice and even, pretty much. Okay, perfect. So we're going to go put these in the oven. They'll come out, they'll be nice and brown. And then we're going to make our cinnamon sugar, and we're going to roll them in there, and we'll finish them up. So our churro muffins came out of the oven. We let them cool for a little bit. Put them on a little wire rack. And now what we're going to do is make some cinnamon sugar. And we're going to roll them in some butter and then cinnamon sugar. So to cover all these, you need about a half a cup of sugar and about a teaspoon of the cinnamon. And then just kind of mix that around really well. We have a lot of YouTube videos out there. We probably have about 60 YouTube videos out there, so please check all the different libraries for all their different websites, for all the different times they're putting them on. Ready? Now what I'm going to do is take the churro muffin. You can see it's a nice size. This is enough. You don't need it to be too big. So what I'm going to do is you could either dip it in the top just like that, and just a little bit. So if you don't want too much sugar, okay, you can give it a little dusting, just like that. Or we could just roll it all in this butter, just like that. And then in the cinnamon sugar. And coat it all over, just like a regular churro. These will freeze really well also. These took about 18 minutes in the 375 oven. Okay. And this is our last one to be coated. So what I am going to do is just transfer these to a nice clean plate. Nothing wrong with all the crumbs on there, but might as well make it really presentable. So 9 medium-sized churro muffins out of this. They are really good. Put some vanilla ice cream on the side of this and you will absolutely love these. Remember, you can make minis and fill it halfway, and always put a sheet of aluminum foil on the rack above. Prevents them from getting too dark. And if you like them a little darker, just pull that aluminum foil away at the very last minute. Okay? So enjoy these with your family and friends. Thank you.